Hello, my 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. You are my big kids, so I am counting on you to be the best ambassadors from the art room. And Mrs. Hopkins, when I'm gone, I want you to do this project. This is my 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade neurographic project. There's a video that goes along with this that you're gonna watch shortly. For this project, you're focusing on value and shading with pressure. So when you're coloring with your crayon on this project, we're gonna use heavy pressure along the outside of each shape that we create. You might get a Sharpie to use, or any marker works, to round out the edges of each space we create. Don't worry if you don't know yet, the video explains it all. Take care of my art supplies. Stay in your assigned seat. Show the Colt's expectations and make sure that Mona Lisa is a person in this room and you are showing the Mona Lisa. If I get a compliment and a great report from my guest teacher who is taking care of you, then you know I'll take care of you with lots and lots of dojo points. Don't make the music teacher come over and check on you, only to give you a compliment. And be an amazing student. Show your Colt's expectations. I'm counting on you to make some awesome art when I'm away. See you when I get back. Hello, my 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. Today you're gonna be working on some neurographic art. We're gonna be focusing on using some value. To use the value, we're gonna use our crayons for coloring today, not the markers. And you're going to be coloring on the outside edge with nice hard pressure. And the lighter you get, the less pressure you use. We'll be able to keep the center of these nice and light. The edges will be nice and dark, and it will kind of give this optical illusion of it popping off the page. So value is the name of the game. Let's get started with this neurographic art. And if you've ever done this before, you're gonna kind of know what I'm talking about. Let's break up the paper into our space. So grab a pencil and then kind of divide your paper up to a smaller section. It's cool because it gives us less area to color and also speeds it up so you can take home this project today. It also kind of gives that illusion of those wavy lines. So I'm gonna divide this up into kind of like a square section. We're not really using squares, but you'll see kind of a checkerboard pattern. So that's what I divided this one up. This one had 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's a little smaller, 1, 2, 3 of those columns, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's gonna be quicker for me. It's also a smaller area, so I should be able to get this done in my class period. If your teacher gives you out a Sharpie, you can do this. You guys can trace this out with Sharpie. If they don't, that's okay. I'm gonna try to trace this real quick. And just do your best to stay on those lines. But again, you don't have to be perfect. You can just draw this with Sharpie and skip the pencil part. But for my perfectionists out there, tracing it out with Sharpie as your second step is fine. Now it's a good time to get your name down here, as well as your class code. So if you don't know what your class code is, it is your grade level with a dash and then your teacher's first initial. So if you're in Campbell, 4 for 4th grade, a dash, and a C for Campbell, okay? Think about that. Now, how do we color this? I am not gonna spend my whole time showing you, but we're just gonna pick one section. But if you notice, these shapes look a little bit different than here. So don't start coloring yet. I want you to take a look. When I look at these, there are no pointy edges, but there's a ton of little pointy edges here. So how do we eliminate that? Well, with your Sharpie or any marker that you used, or even a pencil, you're just gonna smooth out the edges by curving them in. So this is where that neurographic art comes in. If you've done this with Miss Hopkins before, we don't wanna see any corners. The corners are now curved. They are not harsh, sharp corners anymore. So this gets rounded out. It also makes the Sharpie a little thicker. Now the neighbor needs it to be rounded out. Let's curve this one. Let's curve this one. Let's curve this one. Anywhere where you have those little gaps, fill them in with some marker, okay? We don't need it to be super thick. We just want to get rid of those curves. And you can keep going across. And I'm just gonna do a couple rows of this because it takes up a lot of time. If you're quick about it, you should be able to get this done in a class. If you don't divide this paper up and you try to go edge to edge, with this whole thing, you probably won't finish during one class period, and that's okay. You're allowed to take this paper home today. We are not going to continue this for a second day. This is a project you're doing with your guest teacher while I am gone. I hope you are being amazing with your guest teacher, showing them that you know the Colt's expectations, because you know I will get a report. And if I get a great report, you will get lots of dojo points, okay? You know your teacher's next door, and your music teacher will tell me if you have not been making those right choices, and you know we will have some consequences. So be the best. Show your guest teacher how you behave at HCE, and show them how you know the Mona Lisa. Be an amazing student at my school. So I'm gonna pretend like I did the whole thing. Let's look and see if I got rid of some of those sharp corners. Oh yeah, it's rounded. Now when I get down here, I can see, oh, I've got some sharper corners. I do need to finish those. But I'm gonna show you how to color that with value. I'm gonna grab one of my crayons here. This one happens to be a blue violet. That's a great color. So the lightest color is in the center. Don't start coloring in the center. Start coloring on the edges. When you're coloring with value to show the lightness and darkness of an area, I'm going to use pressure. I'm pressing hard on the edges, and I apologize if my table shakes. Oh, sometimes if I use too much pressure, your crayon might break. That's okay. It can still be colored. Sometimes those crayons have a crack in them, but you don't see because the wrapper is holding it. All right, so use those crayons. I guess if you're pressing as hard as Miss Hopkins, it is possible to break them, but a broken crayon still colors. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have a t-shirt with that on. Maybe I'll wear it next week. So as I get closer to the center, I kind of just start using an oval shape. The lighter I get, the lighter pressure I get. So the color kind of turns white towards the center. Then if I missed any spots, I go back and fill it in, kind of like a medium pressure. So I get like a medium tone. And as I go, it gradually fades to white in the center. I'm trying to go the same direction, okay? So there's my little purple. Let's pick another color, maybe some green this time. I'll go in the square right next to it. Going with that firmer pressure around the edge. Let's try a different technique. Let's just try going in straight lines. This is gonna give me more of a square design. A little bit of a different effect. So personally, I like kind of using that circular technique, but whatever works for you, just make sure you get your corners nice and dark. And I think you could take about 20 to 30 seconds on each one of those. And as you keep it going, you're gonna get something that looks like this. And this, my friends, is what you take home. If you only get to hear today, then this, my friends, is what you take home. Be amazing. I can't wait to hear how you've been, and I hope you have a great time making this neurographic art.